Welcome to those of you out there in TV land or Facebook land or YouTube land. This is our monthly office hours, Fly Plugins office hours. I think this is our 6th month of this. So everyone's chance to pop in and have questions answered. So do these the fourth Friday of every month at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's anything's fair game. We're here to answer questions, technical questions or roadmap questions, whatever you may have, use cases. I also wanted to mention before we jump in that we've been working the last couple of months on a series of blog posts called the 10-step blueprint behind every successful course. So if you visit our blog at flyplugins.com/blog, you'll see some posts there, and if you go into one of the posts to read it, you can see the header image of those blog posts. You'll see the 10-step blueprint. If you go into one of the blog posts, you can actually subscribe to an email list that will deliver those to you over the course of a few days. And there's a lot of good actionable stuff in there. We've been working really diligently trying to get that up and all of that information up. There's some guides in there on idea validation, topic validation, tools and resources, how to price your course, a lot of good stuff. So if you haven't checked it out, take a look at that. All right. Pull up our email questions. And if anyone is watching live and you have a question, feel free to just pop that into the chat, and we'll be sure to answer that as quickly as possible so that we can address it while you're on the call. Awesome. Okay, so ready for some questions?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's see what we have here. This is a good one, and a timely question from James. He submitted this to us a few days ago. He wants to know how to style WP Courseware courses with images, custom colors, etc.
That's a really good question. So was it our last release, Corey? I think it was our last release. Was it 4.2?
Yep.
We actually released.
That's a really good question.
Oops, sorry about that. I got a little feedback going on there. So we've got our customizer, which allows you to style various aspects of WP Courseware, mostly like buttons and check boxes or check marks actually. And so to enable that, you simply just go to WP Courseware, go to your settings page, and you can enter the customizer that way, or you can go through the front end. Most themes allow you to edit via the customizer. So you'll have a little customizer button on the upper left-hand corner when you are logged in as an admin. And once you click on customizer, you're going to notice there's going to be a section for WP Courseware. And so if you click on that, you can modify the various elements of WP Courseware. Now, I do realize we don't have every single element in there, and we're working towards getting everything in there. But we've got a pretty good start right now. You can do a lot of things with the course outline. You can do things with what we call the progress element within the unit. So you can modify button colors. You can modify like the background for quizzes and things like that. Actually, there's some notifications, some on-screen notifications with background colors that you can modify as well. So those all can be modified with the customizer. However, that's not to say that you can't install a plugin like Simple CSS and write your own CSS. You simply just inspect the code with Google Inspector, so you can find out what CSS handles we're using, and you can write custom CSS. It's not really too difficult to do that.
Yeah, and along with what Ben said, not only can you do all of those things, but if you know a little bit of HTML And PHP, you can also edit what's called the course unit template. So you can change the HTML around and things like that to further customize each unit of the course. So there's that customization as well.
Great. Yes, and with the, I know James also mentioned images, but those, I'm not sure exactly where he was hoping to place images, but really those can go anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Into the actual WP Courseware front-end element boxes.
Yeah, and you could use something like BeaverBuilder and lay out kind of, let's say you wanted to have a grid of all your courses or something like that. Well, you could use the course shortcode in addition to an image and a title and description and lay those out how you want using some type of builder like BeaverBuilder or Visual Composer, one of those. So there's different ways to do it. There's no set specific way. We've tried to make it as flexible as possible so that you can kind of do whatever you need to inside your theme.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, and there's different page builders that you can do that with. Our favorite just happens to be BeaverBuilder. We're big fans of BeaverBuilder, but there's a lot of them out there. You have Divi and you have Visual Composer, and I think Elementor is a free one you can get on the WordPress.org repo. But yeah, there's so many different ways you can do that. We do have some cool things coming up in the upcoming months that might allow you to not only style a little bit more within different elements of your course, but maybe even I don't want to give too much of a preview, but we might have maybe like a course listing page or something like that coming up as well soon. So keep your eyes peeled for something like that.
Great. Yeah, there
And
are quite a few.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Corey.
I was going to say one of our panelists said that you could also use something like Site Origin Page Builder.
Yep.
So that's useful as well.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, yeah. It seems like there are new ones popping up all the time, but they've come a long way. Some really great features in those. Our friends at BeaverBuilder have done a really good job, and we love what they've done. But there are a lot of great ones out there.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Let's see here. Great, thanks guys. Let's see what I've got here. Okay, I've got a multi-part question here from Jonas that came in a few days ago. So I'll just take these one at a time. You guys are okay with that? And Jonas asks, first, how WP Courseware can be used to manage students, course progression, grades, enrollment, etc.
So that's a pretty loaded question.
There's a lot to that one.
Yeah.
What's that?
There's a lot to that one.
Okay, yeah. So probably the best way to say this is WP Courseware at its core, that's kind of what runs WP Courseware is the student. A lot of people ask us, well, why do you have to have an account created, or why do you have to log in to see your course? Well, at the root of it, you have to have some sort of user account so that you can have tracking and progress tracking and, keep track of grades and things like that. So one of the cool updates that we recently released was student page and also the classroom page. Now, both of those are kind of overlapping in some sense. The classroom page, if you want to think of it like this, it's really a grouping of the students that are in that particular course. The students page is really just a full-on listing of anyone who is an actual student or is enrolled into at least one course. But the overlapping functionality are things like you can email students directly from those pages, so you can communicate directly with them. You can also reset progress, enroll them into additional courses. The cool thing about the classroom page is you can send out a bulk email to the entire classroom. You can also from the classroom page, you have like a really cool drop-down menu that Corey set up that you can switch your course on the fly. So that's kind of cool. You can just jump into another classroom. You can access your gradebook from there so that you can look at student grades, or if you need to grade quizzes that require grading. So all of that's kind of encompassed into managing the students once they're enrolled. Now, to enroll students, there's a bunch of different ways you can enroll your students. And it just depends on how you have your website set up and what your ultimate goal is for enrolling students or getting them into your courses. Obviously, there's manual enrollment. You can manually enroll students into your courses. There's also automatic enrollment. If you set up your courses to automatic enrollment, it uses the WordPress. I was going to say WP Courseware. The WordPress login page, and basically when they register, they're automatically enrolled into any and all courses that are set up with automatic enrollment. And then you have if you're using an integration, perhaps with one of the membership or e-commerce plugins that we integrate with, upon purchase and registration, you are automatically enrolled into the courses that are associated with the products or membership level. Then you have the enrollment button, which is a short code that you can put on any page, and you can allow your students to just enroll. Obviously, that would be set up like kind of as a freebie type of course. And then you have bulk enrollment, which you can actually import a CSV file of all your students, and it just requires name. I think it's first and last name, email address, and then the course IDs. And I think that's pretty much it for enrollment. Oh, I think there's actually another bulk enrollment, which you can enroll all of your users. So any registered subscriber on your WordPress site can get enrolled into a course. And I think there's a button for that, and it just automatically just pulls everybody in. So there's a lot of options for enrollment. Enrollment can get tricky, but once you get it set up, if you do it in an automated fashion without the manual enrollment, it makes things just run like clockwork. So it's just, you can put it on autopilot. Now, I think I covered pretty much everything that's associated with student management. I covered the gradebook, student page, classroom page, and enrollment. So you guys think of anything else I missed?
I don't think so. Course progression is kind of an automated thing. You can reset course progress, obviously, but as the user progresses throughout the course, it just records its progress. So there's not too much management there other than resetting them to a specific unit or module or course. So other than that, I think you covered it all.
Cool.
Great. Yeah, well done on the fly, Ben.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a lot. Well, and to dig deeper into Jonas, his questions and his potential use case for WP Courseware, he was asking how it works with Paid Membership Pro. It looks like, and of course, we have an integration for Paid Membership Pro, right, and a lot of other membership and e-commerce plugins.
If I could mention one thing with Paid Memberships Pro, there's kind of a caveat there with that one. It's a little bit different. Obviously, all membership plugins are different, but with Paid Membership Pro, if I remember correctly, you can only be a member of a single membership level at a time. So you can associate a course or multiple courses with a membership level, but if that user changes membership levels, they will either get de-enrolled from those courses and enrolled into the courses associated with that membership level, but there will be a change if you're using the integration with WP Courseware. But again, it's the way that particular membership plugin works.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yes, that one is unique in that way. And I think Jason was debating, he and his team were debating a couple of multiple membership levels, and I can't remember what their logic was behind it, but they decided not to.
Yeah.
Okay. So that leads to the membership plugin integration discussion, leads to the next part of this question. Let's see, how customizable WP Courseware is in case of permissions. let's see. For example, one-time purchases not tied to any membership, make courses available only to a specific membership, and so on. So I guess that's going to be dependent on which integration you're using, right?
Yeah, you know, not that I'm knocking PM Pro, because PM Pro is a great option, but for something like that, I would probably go with MemberPress. MemberPress allows you to set up kind of their membership levels as products, so it's more of a product feel to it, but it has the membership aspect to it, so that you can, you know, you can hide things behind the membership wall, like pages and posts and you know, stuff like that. So so for that, like you could set up you know, a product to sell courses kind of a la carte, and then you also have the membership functionality behind it as well. So MemberPress is a great plugin. We love MemberPress.
Yeah, because in theory, you could simply, let's say you could do a one course lifetime membership for one payment, right? And then you could have a bundle of 5 courses with a recurring monthly subscription.
Yeah, because that's exactly right, Nate. Because every product is its own element. So you can have them set up differently with, you know, recurring subscription or just one time purchase, or any, you know, just however you want to set it up. But it gives you that flexibility to do that.
Right, and that's we've written about this a few times on the blog, but gets into that debate over what's better, you know, the membership, the subscriptions, or the lifetime pricing. And I think, you know, membership sites were all the rage for so long, and now I think it's kind of, everybody's kind of leaning toward just that one-time payment, you know, $300, $2,000, whatever it is, to get their reward for the time investment up front, because, you know, the research says that membership sites only keep customers 2-3 months, so it takes a long time to get paid back for your investments. That's more of a strategy detail, but I think a lot of people do kind of want to split test that a little bit, which is smart. You see what works best for your edge.
I think membership sites are probably one of the most difficult, just because, I mean, you kind of are on the hook to continually produce content. It's not evergreen. You can't just let that set it and forget it. You have to constantly be updating and providing value, because otherwise you won't retain your customers. I mean, I think you're right, Nate. The average is what, 2 to 3 months tops.
That's what I've heard for the last probably 7 years on and off from different people. And it you know, we're in the process of creating a course ourselves, and it's, you know, you kind of think, all right, well, I've got enough content, maybe I could drip this and launch it and go ahead and, you know, start generating some revenue. But it's a little scary because, like you said, that you're on the hook. Once you start dripping that content, you're on a deadline to get more value out there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Okay, I think that was all from Jonas. So I don't think he is on our call, so I can let him know that we addressed his questions. That's all I had from email submissions.
Cool.
So if there's anything you guys want to cover, or announcements, I don't think we have any pending questions in the chat.
I don't know. Should we give a preview of what's coming?
Let's think about that.
What's that?
We'll have to let Gordon make that call.
Preview? Probably not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Okay.
Just know something good's coming soon.
I mean, I would love to, but not quite yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Well,
yeah, we got something coming around the corner here pretty quick with WP Courseware. It's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Got a lot of plans actually this year for WP Courseware, so keep your eyes peeled.
Yes. Yeah, we're catching up on. We've had, let's see, 5.5 years now of feature requests coming in. So sometimes, yeah, we get a backlog, and now that we've got Corey on board, he's jamming through consistently and working hard on getting us caught up on all these cool things that we've been waiting to implement.
Yeah, we're working on a big one right now, and we're getting really close. So, and I would love to preview it to you guys, but just know when it's done, it's gonna be awesome, and you're gonna love it.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah, and we'll announce that both via email. If you subscribe to any of our lists, you'll get an email notification about that release, and also we'll be posting that on the blog, so you can always check there. We'll have that.
Yep.
Great. Anything else you guys want to cover? For our amazing customer base out there.
Trying to think if I've had any questions come up in support that I can't think of anything that's been kind of frequent from our customers.
You know, one thing I've been getting more and more of lately, and I've always with our pre-sales inquiries, I've always tried to be, very open and transparent with people, because we get a lot of people that ask about using WP Courseware on a WordPress site to manage offline training. And I usually just say up front, it's probably not the best fit. Our friends at Espresso have done an awesome job with their plugin for managing live events, whether courses or concerts or whatever it is. But a lot of people wanting to use WP Courseware just for after their offline training is over, just for collecting surveys and generating a certificate. So it's interesting. I've seen that more and more over the last probably 2 to 3 months.
It's almost like a glorified event manager with certificate option at the end and just automation to make that happen after the event occurs. As long as they were present.
It's obviously doable. Yeah, we've got. I know one of the customers ended up implementing it. For example, he does in-person training to healthcare administration staffs. So then they go to his website, sign up for an account, fill out the survey, and get a certificate. So it works pretty well. Another one was boat training in Australia. Apparently, you have to get like a license to drive a boat. So he teaches those courses and go to his website and fill out their form and get their certificate.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's always fun to see the different use cases. I mean, it's
amazing. It's amazing how many feature requests we get, and and it's typically a pretty good idea. I just sometimes don't know that it's a feature that would benefit the entire customer base. It's kind of hard to. I mean, when you have as many customers as we do, it's kind of hard to kind of put something in place and hope everybody likes it. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of good ideas out there for sure.
Yeah, we're in a much different position than we were in 2012 when we were sort of guessing and thinking. I mean, we built WP Courseware because we were building our own courses, but we're in a different position now, 5 years later, that we're not just making the decisions about, this would be neat. We have great feedback from our customers.
Right. Cool.
Excellent. Well, I think it's a wrap then. If you guys don't have anything else.
I've got nothing else. I know we've got some stuff coming up with Gutenberg. It's a lot of chatter with that going on right now.
A lot of people are trying to implement their features into Gutenberg, and we'll see what happens with the Courseware.
What's D-Day for that? Isn't it like April something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think April-ish.
Yeah, we'll see. I think it's going to be probably a little later than that, but that's their goal. I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. It's definitely it's a big step, I think, for WordPress.
Mm-hmm.
It's be really interesting to see how that
Did you guys
goes.
end up doing the?
What was that, Nate?
Did you guys end up doing the usability testing at WordCamp US? I know they had
For
some
Gutenberg?
stations. Yeah, they had some stations
No.
set up.
No, I should have. I should have done it. That would have been pretty cool. I've not.
Yeah. I've messed around with it quite a bit just in my own personal testing, but I didn't do the user testing. So
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they were collecting that data, but they had some stations set up, and I don't know if they were just recording screens or if they were doing, like surveys afterward.
right.
But they were looking for quite a bit of feedback.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, we will be. Let's see here. We'll call this one a wrap, but we will be looking at Friday, March 23rd for our next session.
Cool.
So if this recording will be available as a replay on the office hours webpage, flyplugin.com/office-hours. Within a couple of hours, we'll have that up, and we'll have a registration link for the next session, March 23rd, 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
Mm-hmm.
So feel free to submit questions on the office hours page prior to that, or just show up and hang out with us and ask your questions then.
Cool.
All right, guys. Thanks for answering my questions.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks, guys.
All right. We'll see you next time.
See y'all later.
Guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Oh.